Hey everyone. So it's been a little while since last I streamed. I've just been like really fucking busy, unfortunately, and that really hasn't been my intention. Because I do like streaming. University really does get in the way of a lot of shit. Um, like I did have midterms this past weekend. Well, not midterms. I had essays due this past weekend, and it can get really annoying. But then again, it's to be expected, right? It's just part of the course, literally. Um, what's been playing in the background, by the way, is an old band called Autopilot Off. So they're from like the early 2000s. That's what this album's from. Well, the literal year 2000. But let me just check a few things here real quick. Because last time when I tried streaming, when I just did the random Magic the Gathering stuff, I did have some issues with my audio. So I'm just gonna look into a few things. So give me a second. Okay, everything should be good. I'm just making sure that my audio wasn't echoey, because last time when I did stream, that's what was happening, and I didn't pick it up, like at all. And I'm not entirely sure why that happened. It happens rarely with OBS, at least when I try to stream. Because for example, usually that issue happens if you have, what is it, like my mic going through like multiple channels, things like that. So I went ahead and just made sure that wasn't the case, even though I know it isn't the case, since my settings have basically been the same this entire time. Usually only happens whenever, I don't know, man, whenever there's like an update for OBS, that shit just happens. Still, today we're going to be continuing with Sonic Adventure, so we can get that out of the way, and I don't mean it in like, oh well, it's, you know, it's a boring game, blah blah blah. It's just like, this is the first stream I started like back in September, and then I went to Digimon, and then went straight into Call of Cthulhu, like just all in, which we were finally able to finish. And man, I'm still I think maybe that's what's been kind of like dismaying me from streaming a little bit, has been Call of Cthulhu, with how that went. I feel really bad about that still, which is unfortunate. But hey, we're gonna be continuing with Call of Cthulhu. Sorry, not Call of Cthulhu. With Sonic Adventure. The fuck am I saying? I went ahead and just tested it out a little bit ago. I'm gonna pause Autopilot off. Cause man, this album's really fucking good. It's called Looking Up by Autopilot Off again. It's a really really good album. It's very like super late 90s, early 2000s punk, which is really good. But anyways, I was checking just a bit ago. I tried recording through OBS. That's one thing that I do just to check my audio and to make sure that's not fucking up. Because if it is, well, that's a problem. And that's when I try to sort things out. Although I haven't had that issue for like 2 months, so it's weird that it happened again. So let me just get my microphone here. Just there we go. All right. Hopefully it doesn't block the chat. No, it should be fine. Just in case. So again, we're gonna be doing Sonic Adventure. We're gonna try doing Tales of Story, and like I mentioned, I was just testing it out a little bit. So it's already open. I was just doing Speed Highway real quick because that was the closest level. And again,
select a character.
so now that we finished with Sonic's story, if we look at this, we can actually watch the ending again if we really want to, but we're not going to do that. So like I said, we're going to try to get a lot of these out of the way. Tails' story is pretty short, and Knuckles' story is pretty short. Sonic's is the longest with like 10 stages, but Tails' stages are much shorter, as are Knuckles. I believe it's 6 and 6 each. Amy has like 3 or 4, so does Big, and then we'll end it off with Gamma. So we'll just keep going down the circle here. So let's go with Tails next.
Here it comes, Sonic!
Man, look at the skybox.
Everything's working great! All systems go, full speed ahead! Uh-oh! What's this?
boy, you're lucky I saw you come down. So what went wrong anyway? It's not like you to crash like that.
Yeah, it's just that I'm testing a new prototype power supply, and it's not fully compatible yet.
You can always borrow my plane, the Tornado, if you want.
Thanks, Sonic. But if I can make this work, it'll run circles around yours. Check out this power supply!
It's a Chaos Emerald! No way!
I was lucky to find one of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. They have unlimited mystic powers. Now I want to harness that power to fly my plane. Let's go to my workshop in the Mystic Ruins, and I'll show you what I've been working on. We'll go to the station, hop on a train, and get there in no time.
Man, so right off the bat, it's already much different when compared to Sonic's story, especially with the dialogue. Because I don't remember, it's been a little while again since we played Sonic's story, so I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure Sonic doesn't say something like, "Whoa, a Chaos Emerald!" I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen. But here we have Tails. So Tails is, of course, Sonic's companion for many fucking games now. And this is his first, like, 3D debut, excluding, well, Sonic Jam, really. So with Tails, he's got an attack, which is just this, like a tail swipe, right? And he can also fly, compared to Sonic. And he's also a fast boy, so he can move really fast. And his breathing is a... Tails. Jeez. And of course he's got 2 tails, so that makes him a little bit more unique. So... Oh, you're that guy from that plane crash. Are you really okay? Yep, this is it. Sunny days, clear skies. This is what summer vacation's all about. It's funny because this game came out in like the fall and stuff. But with Tails, again, we see his story from his perspective. We're able to see how, well, how he crashed his plane in the first place. It's interesting how he went through the newsstand all the way over here. Like he came coming down this way and was able to somehow squeeze his plane through this little area. That's fucking funny. What does she have to say about that? Okay, she's got nothing to say over a near-death experience. So, just like Sonic, Tails can get power-up items. So let's try getting the first one for Tails. Now, I remember first finding this on my own back in the 90s. Just by exploring, I remember seeing that and I was like, well, maybe Tails can go up there. Once I was able to, you know, pick up Tails as a character while playing as Sonic, and then I was right, and I saw this. I'm like, oh, cool. What is this?
Look, it's your jet anklet. Its jet power makes you fly faster.
So yeah, we have little jet turbines on our feet now, which is something. And we can move faster now in the air, which is interesting. Like, he's already zip-zooming around. Like, look at that. Jeez. Alright. But we'll talk to the people here, and then we'll probably stop doing that. What do you think of the view from the station? I love the ocean. The ocean's always there for me. Alright, so, because a lot of these people have, like, the same dialogue sprinkled throughout. If we talk to this dude, he's probably still going to be a playboy. It's too early for you, huh? Well, Tails is like 8. And will the girl still miss her dad? He inhabits helpless animals and traps them in machines. Oh, those poor animals, yeah. Oh, and then she looks so worried. Either way, Tails flies really fucking fast now. So I don't know if that's a real upgrade or not.
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing soon.
You just fly up, it's no big deal. But as soon as you move forward, zoom. Alright. Jesus. I honestly don't remember him being this fast. of him zip zooming around. But either way, let's just get through with Tails. So we gotta go to his workstation over here. But before that, of course.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Sonic and Tails.
It's Eggman!
Silence! I am Dr. Robotnik, the most cunning scientific genius in the world!
Yeah, right, Dr. Eggman.
Enough! I've been working on a master plan, but now it's time to put it to work!
That usually means trouble coming from you.
Don't even try to interfere this time. Give me that Chaos Emerald, or else...
Or else what, huh?
Or else I'll take it from you the hard way.
Alright, so now we have the Egg Hornet. Unfortunately, unlike Sonic, we can't cheese this fight by homing attacking him constantly, so we gotta like do it the old way. Like legit, so...
All systems, full power!
Well, he got me, which is fine. We might actually be able to see further on in the fight this time, compared
All
to...
systems, full power!
Okay.
He's not gonna get away with this!
I mean, it doesn't matter if he hits you, right? It's just like a 3-hit boss fight. You can see Tails' running animation, where his tails start to spin. Which is pretty neat.
All systems, full power!
Alright. Oh yeah, there's also that. He can spin dash. Sort of.
Yeah!
That really is something I wish they would bring back more in the later series, or you know, in the future games, is giving Tails the ability to spin dash. I don't remember if he can do that in Sonic Adventure 2, but we'll have a cutscene here.
That was just too easy.
Gotcha!
Hey, he snagged it!
Chaos could use a little snap!
Who's Chaos?
That's the monster I saw the other day.
Monster?
Yes, it's really happening. Just as the stone tablet said it would. Hear this, Sonic? Chaos' strength increases every time I give him a Chaos Emerald. All he needs is 7 emeralds to become invincible.
Why are you
Then
telling us
he
this?
will turn Station Square into rubble, upon which I will build the ultimate city, Robotnik Land. You ready, Chaos? Let's go find the next one. Come on.
Thank goodness they're gone. Good riddance.
We can't let that monster get any bigger. It could get ugly.
You're right. Chaos must be stopped. And he can be if we keep him away from more emeralds, right? So what do you say, Sonic? Let's find the Chaos Emeralds before Eggman does.
Interesting. The way they handled that, because again, this is like Tails' story. Right? It's the same story that Sonic goes through, just through like Tails' perspective, but it's changed a little bit. And in a way, it kind of has Tails be take a more dominant role, as in as a protagonist. Because before, I mean, it's, you know, Sonic stories is like a typical campaign of Sonic being the hero, but here Tails is like, well, what if I was the hero? Or he's taking charge, you know? But here, as soon as Tails starts to pick up speed like that, where he starts leaning forward, if you press the B button or the attack button, he can turn into a ball, like he does in a lot of the other Sonic games. So like, if you're just running, he can just roll into a ball, which is pretty cool. Again, not a lot of modern games do that, and if I recall, every character can do that except for well, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are the ones that can do that. So, let's go ahead and get the Windstone, and let's get on over to Windy Valley. It's got the little tornado there. Which, it's funny, I don't remember Tails being like, well, my plane will run circles around your tornado. It's like, Either way, as Tails, we're supposed to beat Sonic in a race, basically. We're racing him to the end. Which is a pretty unique concept. You could technically fly through all these stages. If you really want to, you can just fly instead. If I recall, Tails is a little slower than Sonic.
Run through the dash ring and you will speed up for a while.
Yeah, because on foot, again, Tails is slower. Here. Oh. But he's much faster through the air. But also very, very, very fast. And the camera there, not the best. But you can just press the A button and get flying like this. It gets pretty wild, if I'm honest. Especially when you're so far ahead, or the altitude isn't the same. It can get a little disorienting. But these are super short stages. That's it. You would just hear Sonic dashing around in the background.
That wasn't too bad.
So again, these are like really, really, really short stages. Like outrageously short. Which in a way, it's not too bad. So now, if I recall, we gotta go to the casino. And I don't think we have to fight Knuckles as
The train
Tails.
headed for Station Square will be
There's the
departing
cow.
soon.
So let me just check here.
Go to Station
Yep.
Square. You may find something.
Because we're basically gonna do, you know, Sonic stages, essentially in the same order. So we gotta do, yeah, it's already nighttime. We gotta go to the casino, and then we gotta go. If we don't go to the Mystic Ruins afterwards, we gotta do Speed Highway last. What was I thinking? I'm trying to remember again. Tails' story, because his story is the one that I play the least. I don't know why I went this way. We could have just gone around. That doesn't matter. We could have gone to this area through the actual station, but it's whatever. Yeah, okay, yeah, so we do this
The
first,
train
then we
headed
do...
for the Mystic Ruins will be departing
Okay,
soon.
but we'll see right now. So as Tails, we can fly up there. We don't need to do a light speed dash like Sonic. And for this one's weird.
You made it!
Yeah, he'll say that a lot. He'll be like, let's go, Tails. But here we just gotta make it to the end, like always. So, my guess is they just decided to skip the whole having you get rings Mainly because they probably thought it would be redundant for a character that can fly to need to get rings to just get the Chaos Emerald. Because the reason why Sonic couldn't get it was because, well, he can't fly, right? But Tails, well, can. So they just make you do this part, and you race Sonic, and that's it. And I mean, we're kind of leaving him behind, like, really badly. And we're basically at the end. And that's it. Literally took a minute.
That wasn't too bad.
You can just hear Sonic spinning in the background. That's so fucking funny to me. I don't know why. All right.
What's that? The Chaos Emerald!
Get away from there!
Ah!
Nighty night!
Eggman!
Jeez, Tails. What are you even doing, bro?
Sonic, what happened to the Chaos Emerald?
Sonic, what's happening with your eyes?
Eggman got one of them, but the other one's safe. He must be getting desperate.
Jeez.
Now the Emerald count is 2-1 and Eggman's winning. Let's get a move on.
I don't know why they changed that line. I think he says, it's his 2 to our 1 or something before. But did you see Sonic's eye just start to, like, go to the edge of, like, his face? God. Okay.
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing soon.
Oh boy. Alright, so now we gotta do Ice Cap Zone. Like, we're basically halfway done through Tails' story, and it's only been like 30 minutes. Actually, well, I spoke for like 10, so it's been like 15 minutes or so. His story is really short. As is Knuckles. But as you can see, if you've played, well, Sonic Adventure 2, I mean, they basically redid this idea where, you know, each character has their own story arc and stuff. They've got their own levels. And you get to see things through their perspective. But, when it came to Sonic Adventure 2, they made it a little more personalized, where each stage is, well, longer. For example, Tails' stage in this level, in Sonic Adventure, in Sonic Adventure 1, are they're like a minute or two, you know, in length. They're very short. They're basically the best parts of Sonic stages, at least platforming wise, right? And in Sonic Adventure 2, they give him a robot, right? But each stage is like 3 to 4 minutes.
Come on, Tails!
Here, well,
See you later, Tails!
was the best part of Ice Cap.
All right, Tails!
Right, he's probably gonna build Cosby a little bit. Come on, Sonic, say.
Come on!
No.
All right, Tails!
Yeah, so that gets
See you later, Tails!
a little annoying, to be
All
honest.
right, Tails!
Because he'll loop. Unless he says the line.
You made it!
Oh, at some point he would say, hey, 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 yeah, there it is. And that's pretty funny. But either way, essentially once you stay ahead of Sonic, it's kind of hard for him to catch up. But I don't think Tails snowboards with him in his stage when you play as Sonic. Either that or you're way too fast and he's all the way in the back. And you just miss him. still. You kind of get a little bit of an insight on what it would be like to be, I guess, friends with Sonic. And it's like kind of interesting because I feel like it would be like just constant extreme stuff, and you have to keep up with him, which in a way is Tails' art, as we'll see. It's Tails, of course, wanting to keep up with Sonic and not being left behind and being independent.
That wasn't too bad.
But keeping up with him is like literal. Like Sonic can run at the speed of sound, Tails has to keep up with that. Now let's see. I really don't think we have to fight Knuckles, but we probably do because Tails is the protagonist this time. I like to think of this as like an alternate timeline where Tails is the hero instead. Well, to a certain extent. It's pretty interesting. What? Alright. So, if I turn the camera...
train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
We get to hear "Oh no" again.
Hey, Knuckles! What's up? What are you doing, Knuckles?
Don't mess with me now. Just hand over the emeralds you have. Quick!
No way, Knuckles!
Okay.
Oh no!
We just spin dash into him.
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh no! Give it your best shot!
One more.
Whoa!
And...
Oh no!
that's it. Alright, Knuckles. I'm gonna stop him. Yeah, there we go. He's gotta stop glowing.
Whoa!
Or blinking.
Oh no, the emeralds!
And they're all mine.
Eggman's back!
Well, yeah, that would be his back.
That's the emeralds!
You two are fumbling idiots. You know that.
Hey, those are the Chaos Emeralds.
You are so easily tricked. All I did was wait for you to bring it to me.
What the heck is he talking about anyway?
Don't you realize when you've been tricked? Tricked? No one makes a fool out of me.
Oh,
Way to go, knucklehead.
4! Count them! 4 emeralds. I summon chaos. Come forth! Here, eat up.
Oh no! It's changing again! We gotta stop this fast!
Oh boy. Okay, so here we have Chaos, what, 4? Yeah. Again. He really isn't my favorite boss fight. I really dislike this boss fight due to just how long it takes. And it's not like fun. This one is unfortunate because again, you just wait, and then he'll come to you. He'll flip your lily pad, which sounds like a euphemism, but it's not. And that's it. You hit him 4 times and he's gone. But you can just cover and be done with it. 'Cause, I mean, Tails can fly. What's Chaos gonna do about it, right? His AI is like pretty interesting. But the cutscene that just played has really funny writing. It's funny hearing Eggman call Sonic and his friends bumbling idiots. Oh. You done, man? Come on. One prayer, and then I'll hit you. There we go. So it's funny seeing how you know, they were able to get the script changed a little bit. Hey, thanks for showing up to the stream. It's interesting how they changed the script for each of the perspectives. That's always fucking funny. Is it still louder than my voice? I should... Okay, well, I'll lower it a little bit more. Because it's already, like, super low. Either that or it's just me speaking, like, very quietly, like normal.
Behold my floating masterpiece.
Let me know if that's better.
But it pales in comparison to the power of chaos. Adieu, until we meet again, my friends.
Hey, we can't let him get away! Let's get to my workshop and we'll take the tornado!
Yeah!
You guys go. I have some unfinished business to take care of.
No problem, Knuckles. We'll take care of everything here.
Come on! Let's get going!
But yeah, the game is, like I said, it's just super loud in general. Like, this game is absurdly loud. I don't know if it still shows here. Yeah, you should be able to tell. If you look at the lighting for Sonic Adventure, again, on the Dreamcast, essentially, you should be able to see a little bit of, like, green lighting, like right there, like when he jumps. I really don't think that's present in the DX version. Is that really what the Russian translation says? It's freaking funny, but it's...
Wait here for a second.
Well, I mean, that can be said in general about Eggman wanting the Chaos Emerald just because he's a dick. That's kind of his only motivation. Except here, of course, the proper, or well, with the English translation, the reason why he wants the Chaos Emerald is just so he can build his own fucking theme park.
Sonic, hop in!
So I don't know which one's worse.
Let's go!
Got the beta pose is outrageous. And then Sonic's model is fucking ancient again. Yeah, well, thanks a bunch for following, man. Since I stream super late, I'm sure more Europeans will actually show up, which is not too bad. But yeah, here we've got Sky Chase again. We can literally just do this into one of the corners, and we can just ignore the whole stage, but I guess there's no point in doing that, right? Yeah, lower left corner. And then you just sit here for like 4 minutes. But this is like the last time we gotta do Sky Chase besides the second act. But story-wise, Knuckles doesn't have to do this, Amy doesn't have to do this. Gamma for sure, and I don't know, I think Big might have to do this. I think we do get him on the tornado, I don't remember. I'm kidding, he of course just pops up on Eggman's fucking ship for no reason. So this kind of reminds me just a tiny bit of like a lot of old school Sega arcade games that were like this, like Space Harrier. Space Harrier is super fun. I should play that at some point, even though it's endless. Should have it somewhere, that's for sure. If not, when we play Shenmue, we should be able to. We can check out Space Harrier for sure, because it gets really hard after a while. Let's see. So after this, we should have. I believe it's the stage in the Mystic Ruins. And then we have to do Sky Chase Act 2. God, look at Sonic's model. Oh, and Tails' model too. Jeez. Yeah, so we gotta do the Mystic Ruins stage, and then afterwards we gotta come back and do this, and then we gotta do Sky Chase, and then there's like one more after this. Nice. Best percentage. So if we remember when we did Sonic's story, Sonic fell in the beach, but here we have Tails in the Mystic Ruins.
Wow, that dream brought back memories. I owe so much to Sonic. Sonic! Wonder where he went. Sure hope he's all right. The tornado's not powerful enough. If I'm gonna get that egg carrier, I need to finish my prototype. It needs a Chaos Emerald to work. Looks like I'd better find one fast.
Yeah, no big deal. Let's just go find a Chaos Emerald. So again, I'm pretty sure we gotta go into the Mystic Ruins, into the actual forest part. I'll just double check.
You must find the Chaos Emerald.
Yeah.
Searching in the jungle is very difficult.
So we gotta go deeper into the Mystic Ruins here. Now, I remember when I would play this a lot, like as a kid, way back, I would always get lost here. Because they're right, it is pretty hard to find this area. But we gotta find some specific ruins here. So hopefully, I can find them nearly first try. It's not in here, of course. This is where, well, Lost World is at. But we should be able to get to the top. And like I mentioned at the end of Sonic's story, when we went to Lost World, we couldn't get to this part because of, well, we don't have the ability to fly. But here, we can see this giant snake on the pillar itself, which is pretty cool. So let's try. Pretty sure it's this way. I honestly do not remember. So I'm gonna have to actually like just find it. Because it's like this freaking hole in the wall somewhere. So hopefully I don't take too long. Here we have Big's house, which is weird. We should have been able to see a lure down there, like one of his upgrades, but I guess we can't, or maybe it's not there in this version. Do we have an emblem? Either way. Oh, I think it's here. Yeah, I believe it's this way. Literally a hole in the wall. Okay, it's not this one, but there are holes like these that we gotta find. So now I kind of know where to look for, or what to look for. Let's see if it'll actually, or if the distance will actually be rendered for some of these spots. There's one over there. Some of these spots, I mean, in the DX version, you're able to see like where you can actually fall into. I don't believe that happens here. Come on. Let me down. Okay. We'll walk there because it's right here. This way. Fucking hope it's this hole. Yeah, here it is. Oh, no, this is for Knuckles. Okay, so it ain't that one. Well, let's see where it is then. Let's fly up again. So we had one, we had two. Let's try finding the third one. Should be another one here. Oh. So one should be. Would it be further down that way? I honestly do not remember. Might be here. Unless this is the one that we just came from. And it is. Okay. This is the only part that I always forget in Sonic Adventure. Well, we can always talk to these people, of course. My sweet wife is all alone back in Station Square. Oh no, dude. I mean, that would suck, being stuck in the dense jungles. What do you gotta say? Found a super large footprints. I just know there's a huge monster around here. That might be Big, the cat's footprint. Then again, I mean, he is talking to a fox. Yeah, I mean, this is Big's house. So, of course, he's gonna find, like, big footprints. So, let's keep searching a bit more. It's not this way, because, I mean, that's Eggman Land. What's it right here? And I've been missing... No, that's still the pyramid. Right, I'll search for a little bit longer, and if I can't find it, at that point, I'll just look it up. Because otherwise, would be a waste of time. Yeah, there it is.
Wow! There's a Chaos Emerald!
God.
Hey! Wait up! Stop!
Yeah, I forgot Froggy got involved in this. But here we have another little, like, echidna statue. It's pretty neat. So, let's step on it. And this, like, sand wall goes away. This is still really weird. And doesn't make too much sense, but that's fine. So here we have another, like, well, a sandboarding minigame. And it's pretty neat, theme-wise. But we missed a gate, so that's not good. I don't think, well, in the end, it's just get to the end, right? So it doesn't really matter, but the controls are a little funky in the very tight corners, or very tight spaces. But we're at the end. Like, that's it. 53 seconds. God.
Oops. wonder where I am.
So this is the first time we actually get to see, well, we get to go back in time, right? With Sonic, we were able to see the Chow altar with the Master Emerald and stuff. We got to see it get destroyed. Here you can actually explore around a little bit before getting what you need to. And you get to see what the civilization used to look like before it all went to shit. Like here we just have like tires, I guess, or like what would these be, like kilns for like forging shit. And we have a bunch of like echidnas, which I don't think we can talk to them. Oh, I think therefore I am. Excuse you? Do they all say shit? Let's see. Oh, I just can't sit still. We're too hyper. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard anyone say that in years. We'll steam ahead. So everyone's like really riled up, right? Kind of makes you wonder why. Either way, we have to come to, I believe it's actually on the other side here, of this exact area. And we have to find one of those circles. But let's just explore around a little bit. Well, there's where we need to go, right? That's what we need to get, and then we'll be able to continue. But this whole area was rendered, and it's a shame that it didn't get used much besides these flashback scenes. Here you can see the pillars in like full color. They look really, really, really nice. Let's explore this area real quick, and then we'll come back and get the ribbon. Wow, you're fast. You should look for a rhythm badge. When you wear it, you can spin even faster. Almost as if you were dancing. Well, that's kind of what he's wearing. I mean, he's wearing a little necklace. Or a little badge, I guess, as well. And again, you can see the textures be a little different in the past. Of course, the normal pyramid in game is all grayed out and shit. It's kind of like brownish bronze. Here, let me get a little closer. You can see like the echidna architecture, and it's pretty cool. Like the blues, the reds, it all looks really, really, really nice. And again, Adventure, I believe, DX kills the way this game looks, which is unfortunate because, well, all these textures are real, like the real textures that the producers got back when they just went on a trip to like Central America and Mexico to get inspiration for the game. And I mean, it all looks really cool. I believe these backgrounds are also just pictures that they just took from up in the mountains, from like Central Mexico, or well, forget what's the mountain near Toluca. I forget the name of it, but I think they went there specifically. Still, this area is really cool. Again, shame it doesn't get like a bigger spotlight. I mean, you do come to these places as the other characters, right? But you don't have like the freedom to really explore around like you can with Tails, because well, he can just fly everywhere. A palm tree. All right, let's go ahead and get the rhythm badge, and let's continue.
You found the rhythm badge. To do continuous tail attacks, hold the action button down.
And that's it. We can now just hold down the attack button. And we can cut grass to get rings. So you move really fast, and you can just move around everywhere with this. So if we go back here, we should be able to get some more plots. Yeah, there we go. Now that we can see Takao, which is funny that she's still here in her spirit form, but also here.
The servers are the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Hello there, friend. How are you?
What were you saying before?
Huh. It's something my grandmother taught me. I'm never to forget it. It goes like this. The servers are the 7 Chaos. Chaos is power, power enriched by the heart. The controller is the one that unifies the chaos. But I'm still not sure what it all means. But the number 7 is the same as the number of emeralds there are.
Emeralds?
Forgive me, but I don't think we've ever met before. I'm Tikal. And you are?
So that's the plot to Terminator, where we go back in time. Oh, this is a scary fucking sight, man.
Whoa!
Where's the moon?
Weird. Now where was I? Oh yeah, the Chaos Emerald. Perfect. This will get my Tornado 2 up and raring to go.
Just imagine you're walking down, all of a sudden the ground starts shaking as this giant, like, purple orb with big yellow eyes starts coming at you. I would be scared shitless if that happened. But now we got some insight as to, well,
The
where
time has come at last.
Tails got his Chaos Emerald.
This new plane should work a lot better. I've ironed out most of the problems. So, here it goes. Emeralds, do your stuff. Ready, Sonic? Here I come. Tornado 2, clear for takeoff. Away we go. There you are, dead ahead, the egg carrier. There's Sonic. Sonic!
All right, Tails. Way to go. This plane's cool. Now, what do you say we nail those guys?
You got it. Hang on.
So now we've got Act 2 here with Sky Chase. The model is still the same, which is a shame. Like I mentioned again with Sonic's story, I believe this was like the transformation scene that we're gonna see again was originally done for, I believe it was Sonic Jam, and because it was done for that, they used the Sonic Jam models for Sonic and Tails, mainly just as like a tech demo, because of course we were gonna have Sonic in 3D for the Saturn back in the day, but it never came through. Like with Sonic Extreme being cancelled, of course. Instead, we got Sonic Adventure later on. But one thing that does confuse me is how the hell Tails was able to get this plane out in time when, well, where the hell was this plane? Like, how did he work on it? Because no time passed, basically. We got out of that weird, like, we came back from the past, and then all of a sudden Tails is like, well, I've got another plane ready to go. I've ironed out the kinks, and it's like, alright, when did you implement them? But oh well. I mean, he could have already had like a secondary plane, just like quickly did some fixes, and then got to work by putting the Chaos Emerald in, and that's it.
So far, so good.
Hope you know what you're doing.
You bet. Watch this. Transforming now.
Whoa!
So again, this was the scene that was animated with Sonic Jam,
Let's do it!
and then they just updated the models, which is kind of cool. For that specific scene only, but not for like we're still in the old models, like right here. Not gonna lie though, can't wait to get to Shenmue. There's a bunch of games that, I mean, we'll eventually get to. We'll be playing a lot of, well, we'll try to get through most of the Dreamcast library, honestly. And once my Japanese gets better, we'll be able to play a lot of the Japanese exclusive games that haven't been translated yet. Even if it's just for like a one-off thing, unless they're really good. The weird thing is, like, the Dreamcast had a bunch of, like, visual novels. There's a lot of Evangelion games that were released for the Dreamcast. We have the Sakura Wars series, which I don't think was ever translated. I don't recall. I know there was a Sakura Wars Dreamcast. Now we gotta be really careful because I've been like taking damage too. Otherwise we have to do all this shit again, and I really don't want to do that. So we can win this in one shot as soon as he opens it. This should do it. Almost. Okay, one more. There it is. So yeah, just like a lot of Dreamcast titles that not a lot of people know of. And we'll probably get to them. Hopefully. Because a lot are really fun. Of course, most of them were already, like, released. How many fucking games did Dreamcast have? Like 220 that were localized?
Tails, we gotta land on the egg carrier.
Oops! We got a problem here.
What now?
I forgot to put in the landing gear.
Whoa! Wow, this thing is really huge.
No time to gawk, Sonic. We gotta find Amy.
You're right, pal. Let's get busy.
But you never saw Amy. What are you talking about? Okay, that's weird. There's a lot of continuity that's throwing me off here that I'm, like, barely realizing. Or maybe I realized it a long time ago, but I just didn't remember. So the Chaos Emerald is right there. And Tails didn't take it. So because Tails didn't take it, we're gonna see what happens, of course, with Chaos. And we have to fight him later on.
Don't get any ideas, Sonic. You have no idea what this vessel can do. How about I give you a little sample?
Whoa! Hey, it transformed! Did you see that?
Now, how are we gonna get to the bridge?
I hate it when it doesn't listen to me.
I guess you weren't expecting that, were you? There's only one way to get to me, Sonic, and that's through the sky, then. I doubt if you can make it. Ha ha! I dare you!
Just watch me. Bring it on, Eggman.
Again, we as Tails can easily fly up here and get to Eggman. He's up there, but due to the invisible walls, of course, we can't.
So, this must be the sky deck, huh?
That it is. So of course we have to go through the sky deck. Although it's funny how Tails gets ignored and Sonic just like is like, Alright. This stage isn't as bad because we get to skip well, quite a bit of it.
Come on, Tails.
Especially as Tails, since we can fly.
You made it.
Oh, unless I die right away. Okay. Let's do that again. First death, what, halfway into the arc? Alright. Then we'll take it slow and we'll go this way. Because I remember that happening as well with Sonic when we did his story.
See you later, Tails.
But here the camera is essentially centered, so we should be fine. And of course the music in the stage is incredible, because, well, oh, come on man. Visible walls, stop me. Again. Here I am praising the music and I'm getting my ass handed to me. Okay, it's not letting me skip too far ahead, it seems. Okay, we're almost there. And that's it. We don't have to go inside, we don't have to do the freaking area with all the jet planes.
That wasn't
We don't
too
even have
bad.
to like flip the switch, because god, that is like super annoying to do.
Yeah. Is that it?
Sonic, we should check out the bridge.
Alright. So, again, just like with Sonic's story, if you come through here by typing in Eggman, you can get to the Chow Garden that's here in the Egg Carrier. We're not doing Chow races. Unfortunately, the DX version does have the Chow races like down packed. Here, it's really bad. Well, mainly because again, you have to use the VMU to actually properly raise your Chow and get the most out of it.
Sonic! Tails!
You're a bit late.
Not the birdie! That's a Chaos Emerald! No way!
Be gone, all of you. This is all I really need. Gamma.
What is your wish, Master?
Get rid of these pests. Give them all you got.
Aye, aye, Master Robotnik.
I'll leave it up to you, Gamma.
Alright. Now we have the rhythm badge, so now we can just do that around him. And then one more, and that's it.
Please stop, Tails! Move aside, Amy! Get out of the way! No! This robot is my friend! He helped me! Don't hurt him! Okay, if you say so, you have your reasons, I guess. Hey, this ship is losing altitude!
Hurry, Tails. Take Amy and get out of here.
Well, what about you?
I'll find Eggman and put a stop to his evil ways.
Well, we don't have to do the chaos fight, which is always good. Although those explosions are... There's something. And Tails' model wasn't even moving. God, I love this game so much. Oh, just a full upskirt? Why not? What the fuck was that? Tails? He's like, see ya.
That's Eggman! I wonder what happened to Sonic.
I'm finished. Chaos was defeated, and now my egg carrier is ruined. No matter. I will destroy Station Square anyway.
Oh no.
If that missile is launched...
You ready? Fire!
Fuck.
Ah, no, it was a dud. I can't believe this. I'll go and deal with this myself.
People forget about this part in Sonic Adventure 1.
I'd better get to that missile before he detonates it!
I mean, Sonic Adventure 2 has Eggman shooting the moon, right? Sonic Adventure 1 has Eggman nuking a city.
I see it!
Or trying to.
I've gotta get it before Eggman! The fate of Station Square depends on me! Oh, Sonic! I've changed a lot since I've started hanging with Sonic. But I can't depend on him forever. I know I can do this by myself. Okay, Eggman, bring it on!
So yeah, here we see, of course, some character growth, which is really fucking cool. We get to see Tails actually grow more independent.
You can keep up with me?
So let's...
What? He's caught up? Tails, wait for me!
Oh, Eggman. Oh, well. Maybe getting the jet upgrades wasn't the best idea because of how fucking fast Tails gets. Like, he gets absurdly fast and really hard to control. Oh, fuck. Whew. Come on. Okay. That sucked. Since I'm holding down the button to fly, if Tails jumps and you press the A button again, of course, he triggers it. But if he comes out of a flight, and, like, say after one of these rings launches you, you can still fly. So, in this case, it would keep triggering it, and then it wouldn't gain altitude, if that makes sense. It's like just trying to continue the flight instead of starting a new cycle for it, I guess. And because of that, well, it would cause me to just fall off, which is lame. Alright. Just take the roll. Run, Tails. Run before Eggman catches up. He won't, but just in case, right? Fuck, that's fast. Like he's literally zip zooming. Fuck. Oh, I was so worried. They want you to go fast, but man, is it hard to control Tails, especially with the jet shoes. Oh no. Ah, okay. Well, we're basically at the end. We can just take it a little easy here. Oh, fuck. Alright, well, never mind.
Goodbye, Tails.
Can we go up here? Yes, we can. Cool. Alright. Alright. Hey, would you look at that? If we use the shortcut, there's no problem, right? Man, if I would have done that in the first place.
That wasn't too
I wouldn't have
bad.
had to die like, what, 7 times? Oh well. Let's wrap up Tails' story. Knuckles' story is gonna be short too, but it's gonna be a little difficult.
Oh no! It's Robotnik!
So you beat me to the missile, you little pest. I will make you all pay for this.
Let's get out of here!
You fool. Away, before I make mincemeat out of you.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I can do this.
Alright. Final boss for Tails. The Egg Walker? Yeah.
Get a load of this.
So,
No way. I
it's
can't believe
very easy.
Ah! Get a load of this. No way. I can't believe it. Ah!
Like, this is literally it. So now we go this way. As he walks and tries to stomp again.
Get a load of this.
And now we just hit both of them.
No way. I can't. Ah!
And then we hit him. And that's it. One more. Or is it 2 more? Okay. Oh yeah, he's got flamethrowers. Forget about that. Oh, too slow? Okay, well that sucks. Come on, Eggman.
Get a load of this. Get a load of this. No way. I can't believe this. Ah!
One more hit.
Ah! He's not gonna get away with this. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. Get a load
So we
of
should
this.
do... Oh, thought he was gonna do all 4, but...
No way. I can't believe. Ah!
Oh, well, that's it.
Hey, I did it!
You saved the day! You're the best!
I did it all by myself.
So that's Tales of Story. It's really neat as Sonic runs down a wall in slow motion. Of course, the story arc is just him learning to be independent and, of course, learning to do things by himself. Throughout every single game up to this point, he was always like Sonic's sidekick and always relying on him. But here he grows up. And it gets cut off. But then we're gonna have credits. So, unlike the DX version, we can't skip this. So I'm just gonna let this play out, and I'll take a small break. That should be, well, I mean, this song's like 4 minutes. That should be like good enough. So I'll be right back while the song plays out here. And that's Tales of Story. His theme is really cool. Because again, it's all same themes of like, you know, becoming independent and all. Anyways, this is gonna get really loud. Okay.
Select a character.
So we've got Sonic and Tails' story out of the way. Now we got Knuckles. I'm gonna check this real quick just to make sure I'm not messing it up. Because in DX you just press B. I believe here you have to press A and B, or A and X.
How to play as Knuckles.
Where is it? Okay, gliding, yeah. Climbing, yeah. So, you know.
The rules for the action stages.
Okay. I guess we'll find out when we get the Shovel Claws. So, let's watch the opening.
As far back as I can remember, I've been living here on this dark island, always guarding the Master Emerald from anything that could harm it. I don't know why I was given this job, why it was my fate. Destined to be here forever. What the? What's going on here? Oh no! Something's happened to the Master Emerald! Huh? Who are you? Did you do this? Oh, I'll get you for this! Oh! Ah! Hey! No fair! Wait! What's happening to you? Come back here! Whoa, that was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Oh no, it's starting to happen. Without the Master Emerald's power, this whole island will fall into the ocean. It's up to me to find the missing pieces of the Master Emerald. It won't be easy. Pieces flew off everywhere. Guess I better start looking anywhere I can.
So here we have Knuckles. His gameplay is pretty unique. And well, we find out why Chaos came about. Of course, through his story. If you, of course, double tap, you can fly or
Knuckles,
glide.
you should be able to get into City Hall.
Excuse me? He's running for Parliament? So, you can also punch. If you just press the B button. If you press it thrice, he does a combo. But, yeah, he can also climb walls, like in all the other games. Well, most walls at least. Maybe not in the city, because, well, it's a city, right? But let's go ahead and go into the first stage. I was thinking it was going to be Red Mountain, because I forget, but since this is blocked off, we can just, you know, cause destruction of property. And Speed Highway is the first stage, which we've got the best song playing, of course, at dawn. So, everyone who's familiar with Knuckles stages knows what to do. We just have to fly around and find the pieces of the Master Emerald. The closer we get to a piece, the radar will start to glow. And we just gotta find them. There's one. Okay, so, oh, it's getting fainter. This way. Oh, Okay, run over Knuckles. Let's get some higher ground. And see, because it should be like this way? No. Okay. Then it's probably like in here. Yeah, there it is. Let's find the last one. And this one might be near the beginning, or well, the entrance to the stage. If we're coming by Sonic. The flying mechanics are really weird, as Knuckles as well. Or well, gliding, not flying, right? In the sense that, like, if you jump and you do that, and if you press the A button again, he'll start to, like, roll.
This way.
No idea where the hell she went. She just zip-zoomed. We'll see with this one.
Emeralds can even be found inside enemy characters.
Oh, it's this way. Not this way. But instead, in him. And that's it. Yeah, the policemen are hard to get. Mainly because of that.
Good enough.
They'll hit you, no matter what. Alright. Let's keep moving. Knuckles got elected, so we can try going somewhere else. Oh, does she say anything differently? Or different? Oh, well, she's not here. It's nighttime, that's right. Is she still missing her dad? Yeah. I believe we have to go in here. This is the only time you can go down this elevator, since, well, this one takes you to the Chow Garden, but this one, oh, I guess we don't go here yet. We go to Casinopolis first? Yeah, we go there first. Okay, then we come back here.
No trains are currently in service.
So we glide up here as Knuckles, or climb up here as Knuckles, and then we glide into the button. And now we get to explore the casino much more than we could with Sonic. And this stage is pretty open. Of course, we have the nice jazz. Now, where could it be? Unless it's in here. Why they let you break that, I have no idea. But hey. It's not in there. Oh, okay. Well, I think I know where this one's at, and I hope it isn't in here. Oh, it is. Okay. Alright. I don't think there's any others in here besides that one. That one's usually a tricky one. And sometimes there's a piece, like, just right in here in the middle. Either way. Let's probably inside one of these guys. There it is. Now let's get the last one. Which should be somewhere here. Guess it should be lower. Okay. Unless you tell me where. Let's see.
This way.
Let's see. Because it's up here, just. I keep getting thrown this way. It's not in the lion's mouth. Is it in the shower room? Oh, alright, Takao, where is it?
This way.
Oh, literally right here. How did I miss that? Okay. We're inside the map. for the area. That's fine.
Good enough. Where in the world am I? I don't remember being here before, but something about it is familiar. This is very strange.
Honestly, here I don't remember exactly what we need to do. I think we just have to find a trigger a cutscene. But of course, did they say anything? Yeah, so they're all like pissed. You have no idea what fighting is all about. You just attack. I want to talk to the other dude. Yeah. So they repeat their lines. But yeah, with Knuckles' story, of course, you find out what happens with the Master Emerald and with the Chaos Emeralds and what Chaos is and all this shit. And we can see more of his, I guess, culture, canonically, which is, well, here. So let's see if we can explore a bit more. Unless we do have to go up here, which, again, I honestly don't remember. I don't think we get an item here. We just have to, like, find Tikal. Or Tikal. Oh no, it's right here. Yeah, here's the cutscene.
Father, please don't!
Tikal, the 7 emeralds are essential to our survival. It is for the good of all our people.
How can I make you understand? Attacking other countries, stealing and killing can't be the right path to peace. No one has the right to take their holy grounds. I beg you, Father.
And Knuckles is just confused as fuck.
Huh? Now where am I? Back in Station Square, I see. What's going on here anyway?
Oh boy. So, we're outside of the casino, and once the camera pans over, we should be able to see these two here.
I wonder what those guys are doing.
Who knows, Knuckles? What do you have to say? Strange guy riding around in a weird vehicle.
No trains are currently in service.
Sonic and Tails are taking a snooze. Those guys are good friends, aren't they? I mean, they're sleeping in the middle of the street. But yeah. So now we can go down here.
Hey, it's Dr. Eggman. What's he got there? It's gotta be a part of the Master Emerald. Hold on! Come back here!
Alright. So let's go down the elevator. Again, this is the only time in the whole game you can go down here. And it's all just for this.
Eggman, give me back the Master Emerald.
Knuckles. Oh, this isn't what you're after.
You're right.
That's okay, though. I can use you as a guinea pig to test it. Chaos! Chaos!
Chaos? It's that creature again. The same one I saw on my island. He was there when the Master Emerald shattered. I'm sure of it. He saved me the trouble of looking for him. Now I'll get him good.
Way to go, Chaos!
Ha! Changing shape won't scare me. Fine, give it your best shot.
and this is the only time we fight Chaos too. I don't remember this boss fight much. I just remember he turns into a bubble, bounces around, and then we just gotta hit him when he comes down, I believe. No. He'll do something. Once we hit him when he's a bubble? I forget. Oh, okay. I got looped right there. I tried jumping on him and I kept bouncing.
Chaos's head when he's off guard.
Yeah, I tried doing that. So like, we gotta like push him back when he's in a bubble. And then force him to get into that stance. And then once he attacks you, we just hit him again.
You can punch.
All right, we still got him. Go on then, mate. Come on. Oh, that's like creepy as fuck, dude. Oh. Like just seeing the brain there, which I again couldn't hit. Okay. That was weird. He just stood in place. So let's hit him again, and hopefully end this. Because this boss fight is... Well, all the Chaos boss fights aren't really that good. There we go.
Is that all you got?
Oh, Chaos. It's a shame because he's got such a cool design. But
So what if you won this time? You have yet to see the true powers of chaos.
Yeah, that still doesn't faze me. You hear?
I know something that might. It's about Sonic.
What? What about Sonic?
He's after the pieces of the Master Emerald too.
What do you mean?
You're not the only one on a wild goose chase, idiot. Why should I ruin your surprise?
I wonder what he meant by that. I'd better find Sonic.
Knuckles, where did your eyes go? He was missing his pupils. It was just white. Okay. That was weird. But now we know
I wonder
why.
why Sonic is after the Master Emerald. I'd better work fast and get to the bottom of this.
Well, now we know why Knuckles is over here. In this area, at least. But I do believe we have to get the claws first. I'll just double check. It's a cow here.
The train headed for
Wasn't there something shiny in the caves?
Yeah. So let me just make sure. I don't recall it's up here. It might be though. It isn't. Okay. So we gotta go down to these caves. And in here, we have a monkey. And we also have shovel claws.
You've got the shovel claw. Now you can dig through dirt and stone. Press the jump and action buttons simultaneously.
Yeah, so it's not complicated, but it's annoying because I have to press A and X or A and B, either one. And he'll start digging.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've got a button. It says monkey destruction switch. Press to destroy. What an interesting title. Or what an interesting name for it. And we destroy the monkey. Oh boy. I don't know why they make you get this before the boss fight, but they do. So, let's go meet up with Sonic. After Red Mountain? Let me just make sure.
Use the self-destruction switch to get rid of that monkey.
So, we do have to do Red Mountain next. So, we got the monkey switch already. And with Sonic, the monkey was in the way. And so we used the, what was it, like the light attack. Whatever the spin dash upgrade was. Well, the light speed dash attack upgrade. So let's go to the cave here and bring this switch with us. Now, it's funny that Knuckles gets tricked again. Like, he just got tricked last game in Sonic 3. In which the Angel Island, which is this area over here, fell from the sky, and yet Knuckles gets tricked again by Eggman. But let's go ahead and do Red Mountain. We're almost done with his story as well.
Emeralds are sometimes found underground. Try digging for them.
So this stage gets a little tricky, but that's because, well, digging is now added. And like Takao said, sometimes you have to dig for them. Sometimes you don't.
This way.
But there's honestly no shame in using the guides here, because it's well, there's no rank, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's see. Oh, okay, come on, Takao. Tell me. Alright, well, let's go back up then, if that's the case. But the stage is a little different compared to when Sonic was here.
This way.
Oh, there it is. Alright, let's find the last one. Now, where could it be? We could probably go the entire game without having to ever dig for an emerald. And if that happens, well, that's gonna be pretty funny. I hope that doesn't need to happen, because then it's like, well, you had the shovel paws for nothing. Alright. Let's go up. Go up, Knuckles. Come on. Don't let the walls get to you, man. The sound for the movement is also really funny. It's like... And that's it. We didn't have to dig for any of them.
Let's go. Good enough.
Okay, now we go fight Sonic. Look at him run, just bopping. Just bopping constantly. Alright, Knuckles. We're almost done with your story. We're about to do a really annoying part after
The
this.
train headed for Station Square will...
There's Sonic. Eggman was right. What's that in his hand? Looks like a piece of the Master Emerald.
He has no right to have that.
Hey, Knuckles! Whoa! What do you think you're doing?
All right. Put him up. Hand over the emerald now.
That's not gonna happen, buddy!
Oh, Knuckles. Since he... What was that cool sound? Was that Amy?
Oh no!
Well, since Knuckles didn't specify, hey, hand over the Master Emerald, Sonic, of course, thought he meant the Chaos Emerald.
I've had enough! Oh no!
Just gently bump into him.
Oh jeez! Oh no, the Chaos Emerald!
Eggman, what's he doing here?
Uh-oh.
That's all there is to it. You guys are too easy.
Get going, Knucklehead. How dare you?
That's a Chaos Emerald.
First come, first serve, they say. And you serve me too well for your own good.
You can't get away with this! Knuckles, did you let him trick you again?
Like you weren't.
Smooth move, Knucklehead.
I've got 4 emeralds now. Here, Chaos.
This should be the last time we have to do this fucking boss fight. Because man, do I dread it every single time, just because it's boring, unfortunately.
Now look what he is.
No problem. I'll make him eat dirt.
Knuckles, you can't do that. He has no stomach. Yeah, this boss fight it's just really boring. At least with Tails, we can just fly in place, wait a little bit, and then that's it. But alright, just 4 more of those. Although, it's still really funny hearing Knuckles be like, "I'm gonna make him eat dirt," and then fights him in the little pond area with the waterfall. Knuckles, where's the dirt at, bro? Oh nope. Yeah, collision with the corner of the lily pad. But of course, it's a really old expression, and by old I mean old school, I guess. Well, then again, yeah, 90s. The 90s were 30 fucking years ago. Oh no. Oh. Alright. Now, since this is the last time we get to see this fight, I'll show off. I'll show off what he does if you don't hit him. If you wait around a bit. He does an extra attack. Besides the tail swipe thing where he throws that little blade at you or whatever. So it'll make the boss fight a little longer than it already is, but if we wait, and if we don't hit him, he should do it. Unless it's just supposed to happen normally. He'll essentially turn into a bunch of balls, if I recall, and just float around and just bounce a bit. Unless I am misremembering. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I try to finish this fight whenever the hell I can, or as quickly as possible. But alright, let's go ahead and end it.
Is that all you got?
Yeah, sorry man. I don't mean to make you feel old. but I feel fucking ancient and grappling as well whenever I remember that this game came out 20 years ago. Well, 21. Alright. Now, with Knuckles, what stage comes after this? I think we go straight to the egg carrier and then just do the Chaos boss fight. And then from there we have to go to the Mystic Ruins.
Behold my flying fortress, my creation, the Egg Carrier. Beware, Chaos's true power is yet to be unleashed. We shall meet again.
Hurry, Sonic! What are we waiting for? My workshop's closed, so let's get the tornado and go after it.
Good idea.
Hey, Sonic. You go on ahead without me. I have some things I need to take care of.
No problem, Knuckles. We'll take care of everything here. Let's move.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember again how we get to the egg carrier. Because I mean, with Tails and Knuckles, they just fly
The
there,
trolley
right?
car seems to be working. It leads to the jungle.
Okay, then we have to do what we just found in Tails' story a bit ago. Oh boy. Because I think we still have to do Lost World, which is gonna be annoying if that's the case. So, yeah, we have this key right here.
2 stone statues. The door to the past.
Yeah, so, before we do that, let's go ahead and pick up Knuckles' last item, which is all the way over here. So, we have to take that stone statue to the pyramid, or that golden key to the pyramid, and then we have to go find the other one. I hope we can fly up here, unless it's really not gonna let us. Oh, there it is. Alright, cool. So the final upgrade for Knuckles should be right here.
Now you've got fighting gloves. To store up power, hold down the action button. Now you can do the maximum heat Knuckles attack.
So this attack, you never use it basically. You hold down the attack button, and then you start glowing. Which you can see like the blue lines and everything, right? Which is pretty cool. In Adventure DX, they just made you glow red, which looks really weird. But essentially, you let this go, and I believe what he does is he just homing attacks an enemy, basically. And if there's nothing there, if you let go of the button or if you jump, well, that happens. You hear the little dinging. Can you climb onto the walls? Yes, you can. Cool. Alright. So, let's do this annoying part. And get it out of the way.
2 stone statues. The door to the past.
Alright. So, we should be able to run over the treetops for a bit. Until I fall. Okay. Camera, please. Oh, this is bad. There we go. Okay. Now we have to go straight to the pyramid. And then, if I recall from Tails' venture, where we were looking for the red emerald the first time. Actually, what am I doing? It's this way. If you just go straight to the end, you should be very close to the pyramid. Either way, it's going to be one of those holes in the wall that we had to find. And one of them has a glowing... there we go. One of them has like this... the same thing that happened in when we got the shovel claw. Come on. Or is it on the floor? Unless it's on the other side. And we just have to dig there, get the silver key, and that's it. Should be here. There we go. So, place the golden key down. And if we talk to Decal, she's gonna tell us the same thing again.
2 stone statues. The door to the past.
So, like I mentioned before with Tails, you do get a better look at the stone statue here. Or the stone mural of the snake. But here with Knuckles, we can actually see it. So, if we look for... let's see. If we look for those... There it is. So it's either that one or... There's another one on this side. But I'm pretty sure it's that one right there. So let's go for it. If it's not that one, it's the other one. But it'll be a literal hole in the wall. Here it is. And I hope I'm right. Yes, perfect. We don't have to waste like 20 minutes searching around. Okay. Now if we can just get in the hole. Knuckles, get in the hole, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
There it is. Coolio. Alright, now we go back to the pyramid. And we're done. We can do Lost World. Come on, Knuckles. There we go. And now this little floor thing should open.
2 stone statues. The door to the past.
Yeah, and animation's cool. And that's the only time you get to see it. So let's go in. Just brick by brick, all of them falling in. Alright. Now let's see if we can spot any right away. No. Yes, we can. There it is. Yeah. Draw distance. We got one. Perfect. Alright, let's get the others. It should be up higher, if that's the case. Or there could be one over here. In the little hut. No? Okay. Alright, so we've got none in this area. So they're all out here. The music here is really funky as well, compared to the
This way.
Sonic's venture through here, where I'm wondering, where it's like super tribal-ish. A lot of flute and pan instruments and brass. Right, so it should be this way. Oh yeah, the Echidna murals as well. It's pretty cool. So let's go this way? No, so there's still none in this area. That's fine. Okay. The other is right up there. No, 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 no. Oh, no. Knuckles, please. Please, Knuckles, get up there. Oh, God. Alright. Alright, we're fine, we're fine. It's not DX where you can get stuck in walls completely. Okay. The last one should be here. And do we have to dig for it? Or it's probably down there. Nope, we gotta dig for it.
Let's go.
Alright. We've had the shovel claw for 3 stages and we've dug once. And that's it.
Good enough.
Alright, next should be Skydeck and then just the boss fight afterwards.
Where am I? This is very strange.
Though ironically, you should be able to recognize it, especially because of this, which, well, again, not a lot of people look through this area. But yeah, you can come back. It's pretty interesting, huh? Although I don't think there's anyone here anymore, unless there still are people. Did they say anything else, though? Never glowed in victory? Okay. So let's go back. So this place should look familiar, of course. Especially that blue cave that we just came out of. Or bluish cave. And then, of course, here we have the Master Emerald altar, right? It's interesting that Knuckles doesn't really recognize it, but before triggering the cutscene, you can see, well, there's 7 pillars that the Chaos Emeralds reside in. Let's see if we can climb this wall. We can. Alright, cool. So we should be able to get a better view. So, you're able to see all 7 emeralds. Right there. And this is what the Master Emerald Shrine looks normally, without the... well, without it being destroyed. Can we climb here? No. Otherwise, I would move around. Well, let's see if we can move around this way without triggering the cutscene and see more of it. Because again, I don't think anyone else, whenever they play through this game, has done this. The actual exploring part of the adventure. But... oh. Okay. Let's get back up there, Knuckles. Come on. I was trying to get into first-person view. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, yeah. The altar looks really cool. When it's all vibrant, you can see the water and everything. I think due to the draw distance, we can't see the Chow, if there's any. But there you also have the Master Emerald in the middle. Right there. I was trying to get a better angle of it, but I guess we can't. Unless, maybe this side. Let's see. That's a little better. And you can see all the emeralds a little clearer. But let's go in now. Oh, well, actually, we can go all the way in here without triggering the cutscene. Just walk on water, no big deal. Just Jesus it up a little bit. Well, let's look at the altars here. Like, the Chaos Emeralds are fucking huge here. We saw Sonic holding one in both of his hands, Robotnik or Eggman holding them in one of his own hands, like instead of the palms of it, instead of both. So either they've shrunk over time, or who knows what's happened to them. But all right, let's continue.
I beg of you, hear me now. My father is coming here soon, and I fear what may happen. You must take everyone away from here. Oh, please. So, are you saying you can't leave this place? I understand. Let me talk to my father again. There must be a better way to do this. Don't worry, my friends. I won't let you down. I must do something quickly.
I know, right? Well, technically, all 3 of them, right? Like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, when you do the Chaos 4 fight, you're just walking on water.
What? I'm back in front of the altar.
Yeah.
This is beginning to blow my mind. Wait a minute, I remember. The broken pieces of the Master Emerald. I have to restore them to where they belong. It's still incomplete. I need to find the remaining pieces, wherever they are.
Oh.
Hey. Look. It's Eggman's flying fortress. That's where the rest of the pieces must be.
Super low poly counts as well. Look at the textures.
But I don't know where that ship is. Hey, isn't that one of Eggman's robots? I know. I'll follow it back to Eggman's base. Here I come, Eggman.
And then the music gets cut off. Man, that's one of the best tracks in the whole fucking game. So, now we have to follow, well, Gamma, right? I believe we just go to Eggman's base, in the Mystic Jungle. Or Mystic Ruin, sorry. Through the jungle. But, yeah, so we've gotten some nice input on, like, the past and everything. We're able to see, like, well, what happened in the past that led to, like, the destruction of, like, Knuckles' civilization. And it's basically they just angered God. And because of that, well, they angered the God of destruction specifically. And because of that, well, they're all wiped out. Except for Knuckles.
A huge building has appeared deep in the jungle.
Right. So we do have to go there. And it's funny that they play on Knuckles' stupidity, because I mean, we can piece all this shit together, right? I mean, like, I don't remember how old I was when this game came out, like 6 or 7. So I mean, I was able to piece that back then, and Knuckles just being like, man, I wonder what this all means. I was in an altar with the Master Emeralds, and now I'm in front of my own altar. What does it all mean? But it's okay, I mean, that's why they call him a knucklehead after all.
Just what I thought. Time to make a house call.
Oh, Knuckles. You're not a doctor. I was like, this throws me off a bit, but then I remembered this is probably after the first tornado fight. So Sonic and Tails go after, you know, the egg carrier the first time, and then he probably came back, established his own base in the jungle,
Now
or continued it,
so easily tricked.
and then went back up into the air.
Here somewhere.
Okay, so now we gotta do Knuckles' worst stage, unfortunately, which is here in the Sky Deck. But let me remember where the hell it was. I think there's an emblem up here. Yeah. Right. Or was it Hot Shelter? No, I don't think so. Well, we'll poke around. Because we're in the upper area. I believe we're supposed to go lower.
What's going on?
Yeah. So the ship transforms like always.
This thing's always changing.
And now, this should be? Unless it's still the pool area, I forget. Find out. Yeah, but now the water stream.
I sense the Master Emerald. It can't be far from here.
Yeah, so it's a weird entrance, and having the music loop thrice is pretty bad, but it's okay. It was the early 2000s. Cutscenes weren't the greatest thing yet. But alright. Okay. So I believe here we can,
Push or pull
yeah.
the lever to control the ship's tilt.
So if you remember when we played this as Sonic, you know, this area was constantly changing from left and right and stuff. You hold it and then you can just push it forwards or backwards.
Push or pull the lever to control the ship's tilt.
And I like to believe that Knuckles was doing this while Sonic and Tails were trying to just get to the center here to get to the like lever to stop all this shit. So let's try to see if we can spot a piece right away. Not necessarily. So it's up there. Somewhere up here. Unless it's on one of the enemies, which it might as well be, right? Oh yeah, I can show off this thing. Well, the heat attack. If we hold it down again and then let go, he goes after all of them. Again, it's just like a light speed dash. Not that great. And you really never use it. So let's go ahead and push this thing forward and open up those little like gates right below us. Walls? Okay. So we gotta push it back here.
Either push or pull the lever to control the ship's tilt.
Unless we gotta pull it. Oh, come on. Or is it too far to the left? There we go. Okay. There we go. Oh wait, the other way, the other way.
Push or pull the lever to control
we
the
gotta
ship's
push
tilt.
it this way. Sorry. There we go. So now it all should lean forward. Now it should probably be in one of these. Not on this side. Let's try the other one. God, this level is so loud. Like, fuck, that's loud. Okay, let's try the rest of the area. And see if we can find Tikal somewhere else as well. Cannons everywhere as well. Now, where could it be? It's probably floating around here. I don't see it. So, wait. No, I thought it was blinding for a second. Right, show me where it
Even
is.
on the deck of this ship,
No.
there's a place you can dig.
What? Yeah, there's dirt patches. Yeah, it's like right here. There's one. If we hadn't, we didn't have the ship tilted just barely, that would have been a problem. Okay, so let's get the ship tilted the other way. Probably gonna be in one of these containers, unless why isn't the radar going off? Unless it's up in the walls here and I'm missing it. Well, we'll find out.
This way.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, unless we can... Yeah, there we go. It's up there. Getting up there is going to be slightly difficult. Unless we could just climb all the way up here. It's at the top of the crane, like, spinning crane. Oh, fuck. Yeah, this stage is, not the bestest. there's one. And we got one left. Okay. So, the guitar solo is also really wild here, which is pretty cool. If I recall, the last emerald should be this way, but due to the way the ship is tilting, it's really hard to fly that way. Or in this direction. Oh, where it at? Where it at?
This way.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so let's tilt it one more time and get it out of the way. Or, well, actually, we should be able to just fly in there, and that's it. Cool. 5 minutes? Really?
Good enough.
Well, good thing this isn't SA2, because...
The last missing piece. All right. Now, to restore the Master Emerald. Huh? Oh no, not again. What is the meaning of this?
So, again, I think I mentioned this as well during Sonic's story. But in the DX version, this whole area, since the lighting in the DX version is atrocious, this whole area just has, like... Well, this is all missing. It's basically... It just has, like, a red light, or, like, an orange light instead. And it's missing this glow, which is, you know, there to imply that this place is on fire. I don't remember if we can go back here this time, but we might be able to. We can't, yeah. Otherwise, I'd assume the city would be in ruins. And I guess I didn't want to model that. But, yeah, like, the water is all, like, dark in the DX version. I don't recall the water, like, changing at all. I think it's just, like, super light blue, which wouldn't make sense lighting-wise, right? So let's see if we can fly around again and take a better look at this area. So let's try up here. So, like, shit's going down in this area due to, well, trying to defy the gods and all, and trying to use the Chaos Emeralds for evil, right? Which angers Chaos and causes the destruction of the Echidna people. Whoa. These walls are glowing too. That's weird. But here we can see the altar just, like, on fire. And the rest of the area as well is supposed to be on fire, right? But we're all the way over here where we're not supposed to be. So, let's trigger the cutscene. At the base, I guess. We flew all the way. Oh, you know what? Since we can be here now, we can try to Jesus it up again. Yeah, there we go. But the Master Emerald is still intact, but it's all blackish now. Or maybe it's just due to the lighting, which is actually good. That it's, you know, a dark green.
Hey, what happened here?
I couldn't stop them. They came, and my father... I had no idea how bad this would turn out. I'm shocked.
Look! It's the emerald! Wait! Is this a dream? It's more like a nightmare.
Oh boy.
Your friends are in front of the ship fighting. Help them.
So that's your clue to skedaddle and get on over to fight Chaos. So of course something happened back there.
All of the missing emerald pieces, but I still can't figure out that creepy monster. Huh? What's that?
kind of sounds were those? Sounded like he was drowning. Oh yeah, and we get to see these LEDs again, which are pretty cool. Yeah, it's just a single horizontal line that's very bright. It still looks really cool from every other angle except for just that one specific position. Either way, let's go fight Chaos 6 and well, we'll be done with this. Unless I wanted to talk to the monitor. Okay. Oh.
Not again! I hate you!
Hey, Sonic!
There you are, Knuckles. About time.
I will return!
Eggman, come back!
I'd better let Sonic handle it from here. He'll do okay. Now, I must return to Angel Island and the Master Emerald. No, it can't be!
Oh, okay.
I guess he didn't get enough the first time. You can't stop me from restoring the Master Emerald.
Alright, Chaos 6. Man. So, just like with the Sonic fight, you freeze him, and that's it. Although, I believe we can glitch it as well with Knuckles. We can cheese it, probably, if we do the max heat Knuckles attack. I think. We'll find out, I guess. You wanna... Okay, let's see if we can cheese it. We can't. I thought we could. But, okay. But yeah, it is really sad that this boss fight is like, well, pointless. Because again, it's just a rehash boss fight, which is fine. I mean, the arena's a little different. If you step on that, that'll hurt you.
Is that all you got?
Yeah. The music is really good, though. That's for sure. I mean, but then again, Sonic games always have freaking great music. And we're about to hear the most memeiest of all theme songs in a bit once the credits start rolling.
Yeah, you're finished. What's left now is to return the Master Emerald safely to my island.
And we get to see the terrible explosions again. Is his model going to be animated, though? It's not. It wasn't. It was just Knuckles in flight mode, and they just like zip zoomed him around the screen. But okay, we'll let the ending play out here.
This should do it. Perfect. All is well now. The Master Emerald and the island have been restored. So, in case you didn't know,
Sonic Adventure is technically a Shin Megami Tensei game, since, you know, Atlas is now owned by Sega. Well, it all makes sense, right? Especially when you have Knuckles punch God in the face. It's just par for the course. Like, Shin Megami Tensei 3 comes out, like, 3 years after this game dropped. So, I mean, it just kind of all connected. It's like, did Sonic Adventure predict Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne? I mean, maybe. What if we had Knuckles instead of Dante from the Devil May Cry series? uh, when Nocturne comes to Steam, once it gets ported over, I hope someone does
I'll
that.
probably be on this floating island forever. Guarding the Master Emerald again. I may not know the whole story behind this, but perhaps it's better that way. I'm at peace once more.
And there we have the ending. So I'll let the song play out, and then I guess we'll talk a little bit about Knuckles' story, right?
Rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. I'm hard as nails. It ain't hard to tell. I break them down whether they solid or frail. Unlike the rest, I'm independent since my first breath. First test, feel the right, then the worst left. Born on an island in the heavens. The blood of my ancestors flows inside me. My duty is to save the
ruggedness. Knock, knock, it's Knuckles, the blow thrower, independent flower, magical emerald holder. Give you the coldest shoulder. My spike goes through boulders. That's why I stay alone. I was born by myself. I don't need a posse. I get it on by myself. Adversaries get shelved.
So that's Knuckles' story. So let's talk a little bit about it. Once we get past the super loud opening screen, we'll just go back inside into just Knuckles' story and Station Square, I guess, just for a little bit.
Select a character.
Okay, let's go.
So, actually, hold on. Did anything change with the newspaper lady? Normal life is underrated, don't you think? Yeah, in a way. When newspapers were kind of all the rage instead of, well, social media and stuff. I mean, man, I sound like a boomer just fucking saying that. But yeah, when looking at Knuckles' story, I mean, it's very brief, and we do get a little bit more insight into, well, the Echidna people and everything, especially in the Mystic Ruins and all that. And in a way, I mean, while Knuckles doesn't really know what's going on, he doesn't have the insights, well, that we, the players, have, whether it be from Sonic's story, from Tails' story. Like, just seeing those two, for example, in Tails' story, we can see Takao talking to her father, and mentioning how, well, it's unfortunate that he wants to upset God. So, with Knuckles' story, we don't get to see that. We just see the aftermath of what more than likely happened after, well, the Echidna people tried to anger God, the literal god of destruction of this world, and, well, his people were wiped out. It's interesting that Knuckles, however, doesn't recognize his own people. Like, he sees other Echidnas, like all the pink ones with all the stripes and shit, but he doesn't recognize them as, like, his own, well, his own people, right? The fucking Echidnas. But then again, I mean, as we all know with Knuckles, his whole purpose is to, well, be the guardian of the Master Emerald. And that's all he's known throughout his entire life. And, I mean, we do get a little bit more background into, you know, just a little bit into Knuckles' character, his arc, and his story. But besides that, we don't know too much. If we do head over to the Mystic Ruins, we should be able to go to Angel Island, unless it really is up in the air now. I don't remember. I mainly came here because the music is a little better and quieter. But let's find out, because I don't remember. And this will be the last thing before we end it off for tonight, because it's been about 3 hours almost. So I was gonna say, oh, it's gone, but no, it just wasn't rendered yet. But yeah, here we have. This is technically what Angel Island is supposed to be. It's much smaller here, of course, in scale, but blame that on the limitations of the hardware. But now the emerald is complete, of course. You don't see anything inside of it. But there it is. I don't think we can jump on top of it. Yeah, like there's like a small wall that won't let you continue. But yeah, that's Knuckles' arc. We'll go ahead and I guess just end it off here. One last thing I did want to bring up, I guess, before I forget, was I remember seeing a long time ago, well, like 3-4 months ago, a screenshot of what seemed to be a possible remake of Sonic Adventure, like an HD remake, like an actual proper remake, where everything is remastered, everything is redone. Don't quote me on that. I just remember seeing one screenshot of it, and that's probably gone by now. If I can find it next time I stream this, I'll show it off. But it basically showed a new model for like Sonic. It was just a screenshot of that pose from like the cover of Sonic Adventure, and his model looked really cool.
I've got to get this island airborne again.
Shut up, Knuckles. And it was just like zoomed in on his face. You could see his teeth as he like was smiling and everything. And if that does come out, man, I'm gonna be super psyched for that. And for sure, I'll be streaming it again. I mean, I play this game every year on my own, and I decided to stream it this time. But if it does come out, hell, I'll try streaming it day one if I can. But yeah, well, we're almost done with the series here. We're almost done with Sonic Adventure. Next part should be the last one, because Amy's story is really short. Big story is really short, but really annoying with all the fishing. And then we have Gamma, and then after Gamma, we have one final story to go ahead and do. So, I guess I could have just done that, right, to make the game quiet, because it kills the music, like, just complete quiet. But yeah, let me go ahead and get the ending screen here.